All right, we're back, guys, with
Hello, friends.
more gaming. And heads up, most of the session is going to be us learning the new kingdom making mini game together. So,
Hooray!
Mini games.
but before that, so you had all recently been ennobled or knighted. There was a huge feast afterwards.
Yay!
Imogen,
Yay.
Yes.
you definitely overhear several guests talking bad about Hans behind his back.
I glare at them.
Nothing to do with nothing to do with that unbelievably high perception check last time.
Yeah, right?
No, that I'm just assuming that she would overhear these things because her perception is insane. Along with her sense motive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the most outrageous comment is regarding how it makes sense that he would choose such a monster like Napkip to be his bodyguard, being a monster himself.
Ooh.
That of course is stated by, our good old friend Helena at some point.
Yay.
I like the idea of my helm having glowing green eyes, and I just glare at people.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were trying to provoke her.
So obviously she is the one who you hear say the worst things. After her is
Well, she'll be dead soon anyway, so there's that.
oh
Wow, okay.
there is there is Tello.
Oh, I have to pull up the characters thing so that I know who everyone is.
They're close to the bottom.
Okay, Tello is
The fabulous swordsman.
Yes, the one with the gloves. Let's pull it up so the video can see.
Right, and he was the one that was sitting with us, correct?
No, he was the one who was
No,
not sitting
okay.
with you.
Was it Anton who was sitting with us?
Yes, it was Anton and Lucy. Anton seems pretty neutral. He is neither positive in any of these comments that he overhears nor negative.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Powell and Lucy both seem to treat these comments negatively and dissuade or talk down to the people who say them.
Imogen's not going to try to whisper. Because she's not good at it.
We'll have learned better.
Besides that, you see at one point that that Lady Helena is talking to the youngest of the Meveded sisters, Orissa. And she does seem quite shocked and taken aback by some of the things she's telling him about Hans.
Wait, repeat that?
Helena is talking to Orissa, Meveded.
Uh-huh.
And she does seem quite shocked and judgmental about the things that Helena is telling her, and quite surprised that if the things she's saying are true, that they would promote such a person.
Which should be a clear indication that she's talking out her butt.
Yes, except Helena's very good at this. Very good.
Imogen is going to turn her attention away from all of this stupidity and is going to enjoy herself with Hans and Napkip.
All right. Hans, you overhearing some of this occasionally, but it's nothing out of the ordinary that you haven't already come to become used to and suspect. All right, cool.
Perfectly normal.
When are you guys planning on leaving the next day?
I would assume. I don't think Imogen wants to stay any longer than they have to.
Yeah. Yeah, don't really have anything else to do here, so yes.
All right. And now I have to remember how long this trip takes for you guys. Was it 2 weeks? Was it 2 weeks?
Well, let's check the calendar that I have. Where are we heading towards?
Well, I would assume
you'd
we're
be
heading
heading-
towards where we're going to establish our first city, right?
Yes. Although, so just as a note, you guys, so it is not the Orlovskis themselves who are funding this.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I needed to stop in New Stepven to pick up those clothes I
Right.
paid for.
Yes.
I needed to stop in Restov to actually meet with the Sword Lord.
Yes. You, Starvo.
Okay.
Then from there we make our way to Oleg's. So
And as long as nobody six giant boars on us again, I think we'll be
so
okay.
hold on. So from Restov to where we are now, that is the 17th. That's 12. That was 12 days of travel.
Okay. I thought it was closer to 2 weeks then. It wasn't, so.
14 days is 2 weeks. 12 days. It's very close.
Oh, I need to pull up Borvo's character sheet real quick.
All right. So then it will take you 12 days to get back to Restov.
Let me. Do I have to keep track of rations?
No.
Okay.
Hans.
This is hang on.
That's fine.
Let's spell this correctly. Okay, so this is the first of Erastus.
Cool.
So this is 2 weeks later.
12 days, 2 weeks. Yeah, most.
It will be
Close enough.
Before you guys leave, Napgrip does bring up a request to you.
Okay.
To Hans. The armor that he has is not ideal for how his fighting style has developed. And he would since they are currently in civilization where it would be easier to get some, he would like to discuss with you the possibility of getting the ideal thing for him.
Okay, of course. We'll try to find something either in New Stetven or Restov. Restov is closer to the frontier, so they might have a few more places that experience with that sort of thing.
All right, so because he would like a, he would like a masterpiece breastplate, or just a breastplate if possible.
Okay, so let's see, armor and shields, masterwork breastplate, eh?
Well, he requests a breastplate, but if it can be well made, if it can be particularly well made to give him the max flexibility inside of it, that would be the ideal.
Give me a second.
Because masterwork just lowers the armor check penalty, so.
Okay.
Increases.
So hang on.
So that would be a total of, that'd be 350.
Need to add more to it?
Nope, that's it. It's just 350 altogether. And then the second thing that he requests is.
So I was because I was thinking, an agile breastplate is 200 more. That reduces penalties to climb and acrobatics. I don't know if that would be important.
It wouldn't.
It's also 5 pounds lighter. It's also 5 pounds lighter.
Yeah, he's not that strong. That would probably be a good thing.
100 gold is worth that. Is worth £5. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. So then the other thing that he requests is, he would like a second rapier to match his other one, so he has for better balance for the twin weapons. Because right now he's wielding a short sword in his other hand, and he can wield. So he would like another rapier to be able to properly dual wield them.
Okay.
Again, if you can only get normal quality, that's fine. But he would obviously, if you want to get masterwork, that would be appreciated by him.
Yeah.
Which would, so normally just a plain old rapier is 20 gold. It'd be 320 for a masterwork one.
Yeah, let's just get a normal one.
Okay.
For now.
He he understands.
Whew.
All right, so you guys will pick that up at some point in your travels. And I will quickly update Napkip's sheet. All right, is there anything in particular that you guys want to do, or do you want me just to fast forward to getting to Restov?
I did want to have a slight conversation, like maybe in like the first couple days of our journey to New Stepven, I wanted Imogen to have a conversation with Hans.
All right, well, why don't you guys do that while I quickly update Napkip's sheet?
Okay. So I'm assuming they're still in the carriages, right? Or at least one.
Yep, you guys have a carriage.
Okay. So Imogen's going to turn to Hans and she's going to say, "Some family you have."
Yes, well. Yes, well, they are still family.
The girl was nice, Lucy.
Yes, she's one of the younger sets. As more generations come and go, the pain is lessened somewhat. So, so I find that I'm not quite as hated as much by my younger relatives, and for her part, she at least bothers to give a genuine smile every now and again.
Imogen kind of smirks at that. And says, "She seems to be quite fond of you."
Well, as fond as one can be, I suppose.
What do you mean by that?
Oh. Some of them are. Just some of them are. Let's put. Well, I suppose I mean just some of them. Some of them think more like you, and some do not.
Oh, she thinks a little differently from me.
Well, I suppose being cousins, there does tend to be some differences in that. I've known her longer. She is genuine. She is genuinely a good person, and I have no doubt will greatly bless the convent that she is headed towards.
Imogen kind of looks at you like she's trying to broach a subject that you're not getting. Are you being intentionally obtuse, or do I have to spell it out for you?
I'm sorry.
Imogen sort of turns her face downward, but looks at your face and says, "She's very fond of you, Hans."
And when she says that, we flash back to another scene real quick.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So, as you guys are getting everything ready and preparing to leave, and the final preparations, Hans, as you were preparing to leave, in fact, Lucy, is actually there to see you guys off. And she does in fact um walk up to you and tell you that she goes, I hope that your trip as well, Hans.
I'm sorry, how'd that go?
Sorry, she walks.
She's stuttering slightly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am not used to talking quietly. She walks up and she goes, well, I hope your trip as well, Hans. I don't think we'll probably see each other again.
Thank you, and good luck with your chosen life path as well. And if the gods be willing, maybe we will. I wouldn't think too hardly upon it. Maybe we will meet once more before we are brought before our Lady's courts.
Yes, we can hope, she says, trying to hide a smile.
Just notice it. Okay. There's a limit to how much I'm willing to be obtuse about this.
Well, goodbye. Hopefully that chance will come sooner rather than later.
Yes, if I'm ever back in the area, I must remember to look up. I must remember to look in on you and see how you're doing.
She gives you a curtsy and then leaves.
Hans gives a quick bow. Okay.
Flash forward. She's very fond of you, Hans.
So you mean Oh, that is most unfortunate.
What do you mean?
It's, meh. Hang on. Merely that I hope it does not severely hamper her relations with the family and the convent where she's going.
Just to say, just a bit of world building knowledge for everybody. At the very least, in my understanding and in my campaigns, chastity is not an expectation of priestesses of Pharasma.
Um.
And Caleb's like, thanks for that, Joel.
um. Most troubling that she has chosen me in particular.
Oh, come off it. There's nothing wrong with you.
Uh, hmm. Well, I suppose there's think on this, seeing as well, highly unlikely to meet more than once a year from here on.
Maybe
At the very
once a year is all
most.
that's needed. I think I'm beginning to understand how these things worked after all.
Hmm. Yeah, Hans is honestly looking a little troubled. Perhaps I should have paid more attention. I didn't think her mother's stares were particularly vicious this time.
Which one was her mother?
Yeah,
Just somebody.
Oh, okay.
One of the various characters that didn't get named because there was a lot of them there that... Look, I'm not that crazy. I didn't name everybody. I just named some of the important people.
Oh, okay.
In case you care, her mother's name is Blanca.
I should perhaps be slightly more cautious if ever I'm up here again.
All right. Imogen doesn't press the issue.
Inward sigh of relief. Okay, that's given him enough to think about for the next 2 weeks.
All right.
Ugh.
All right, so you're... All right, Roll20's not happy with me. I'm trying to move a token.
Oh no.
It's been a while since it was used. So
You're the GM. You can't move any tokens.
no, it was more like, oh, you want me to do things? Waking up here. All right, so you guys make it the way to New Stetven.
Oh dear. Didn't you have some clothes to pick up or something?
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say, Hans, you pick up the clothes.
Yay!
So yeah, so they are of good quality.
Okay, cool.
But they don't quite fit.
Though they fit. mean,
Oh, good.
they were tailored. So
Right, excellent. I will leave him a gold. I will leave him a gold. As
agreed upon, I
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Okay. Um, while you guys are also in the town, because you will have to spend the night there, unlike the other time that you came, because you spent the night on the ferry on the other side. So it's nighttime by the time you cross the ferry to get to here. So you will have to actually spend the night here.
Right.
If you want, the tailor offers that as a chime to, like, they fit, but like he can fix them more to be perfectly like tailored fit if you would like to come back the next morning.
I will totally do that.
All right, cool. While you guys are in the city, you hear some interesting rumors that pertain to somebody who you met on the way here last time.
What do we hear?
So, you hear that there's indeed talk of the attack that partook to Lady Elena.
Oh no.
And that it is believed that there are enemies of the realm who launched this as part of that the Istavian half of the land is behind this.
Oh.
Particularly, suspicion is being thrown on House Orlovsky for some and Medveded for somehow managing to sneak these creatures across the border and cause this attack. Orlovsky
Oh
seems the
yeah.
most likely candidate, but Medveded is actually with their history of dealing with the supernatural. It is rumored that they were the ones who were able to enchant these beasts to supernatural size and cause them to go crazy. As such, the crown has taken special measures to make sure that the Lady Elena is safe.
Mm.
And she is also
Don't get.
being placed under and that such attacks from now on will be foolish, as members of the Queen's personal guard are now ensuring her safety.
She dead.
Don't be so sure.
Imogen
Really?
raises an eyebrow at you.
Not to talk about this right now. We have an enormous target on us if anyone bothers to look hard enough. In fact,
We might have a target, but I have a bow.
great. Then don't shoot, and we won't get hit. All right.
Wouldn't that just lead to you shooting yourself?
Imogen looks visibly distressed.
Yeah. yeah. Probably the best thing we can do for this is just to get out of town as quickly as possible.
I thought that's what we were already doing.
Napkip looks kind of flustered that nobody laughed at his joke, and he goes back to whatever he was working on.
So long as they don't know we're here or our affiliations, and my family maintains their distance, she should be relatively safe for at least 1 week.
Imogen laughs, kind of darkly.
Still, nothing really we can do about it.
Let's talk about something more positive. Napkip.
Aha!
One of the first things we do when we establish our new country is I want to establish an allyship. She looks at Hans.
We already discussed
Alliance. That's the word I'm looking for. With the soot scales.
Oh, but we already have that.
Yes, but I want to make it official.
Oh, okay.
Can't have any settlers or anything coming across them and mistaking them for some kind of common rabble or monsters now, would we?
Yeah, he goes, I think you should probably figure out what official mean, because in kobold culture, official alliance equal marriage, and I don't think anyone wants that.
No!
I just meant to say that we should establish a kinship.
He looks even more
I'm not
confused
sure
at
that
you
sounds a little
being like,
better.
Friendship? She raises an eyebrow.
She's like, Imogen, do you know what kinship means? Because that goes back to point about marriage. And I don't think you want to marry Kobold, and Kobold don't want to marry you. I mean, you're
Imogen
That is a good point, though.
Imogen starts to look very flustered, and she says, "Yes, because what we have can't be considered kinship, now can it? Because we're definitely not any sort of family." She looks very, very flustered.
Are you saying you want to marry Napkip?
Napkip's like, is that what she's saying?
Imogen looks very flustered, and she just stops talking.
Is trying very desperately to hide the grin on his face from Napkip.
Imogen is starting to look kind of upset.
Okay, that's enough of that. What she means is we need to get a piece of paper with words on it so that we can show to people around here that tells something. They like that sort of thing.
Ah, okay. As I said, we probably should do it your style because we have own traditions that no one want to do. I mean, I guess Imogen's ears aren't that small, but still, that'd be just a mess.
Oh. Hans is hunched over trying to hold in a laugh, just kind of shaking a little bit. Okay.
Napkip cannot hold it anymore, and he just starts laughing.
Imogen is still pretty upset.
Why do I actually imagine that Napkip breaking would actually make Hans break too?
Yeah, he laughs. Okay.
So us being family is funny to you?
No. The idea of us being married is funny to me.
The idea of us being married is also funny.
It's hilarious.
It's very funny.
No, we're definitely. Let me try to explain. There are the words for family and the words for clan can have somewhat different connotations depending on which context they're used in. So, in terms of something more friendship or in arms or brother related, considered part of the clan, an honorary part of the clan, whereas marriage, much as it is here, is more of a political two clans to make one large family, one large happy family.
You get it.
Imogen is starting to look a little angry now. She's like, so there's no way to establish that the soot scales are not to be attacked without some sort of marital bond?
No!
No.
We just have to
No,
do it
no.
your
We were
way,
just
not our way.
right. We establish a precedent from our end and ask them to hold up to it. Try to explain the situation to them and ask them to.
I think problem here is in Dragon Tongue. There are multiple words for what we are describing, where in this language there are only one. I guess closest thing is family, but more war bond? Maybe good translation for word Imogen looking for? Blood bond? No.
Maybe.
Don't worry, you're the marshal. I hope you shouldn't have to put up with all this political speak for
Blade
too long,
bond.
hopefully.
Scale bond? Claw bond? Bond somewhere in there. It people who choose to be together as more than casual relationship, but not in any way intimate.
Fine. She waves a hand and
Scale
stops
bond?
talking.
Scale bond, correct? Scale war bond. This language has problems.
It suits well enough.
Napkip is going to keep trying to figure out the correct word for a while.
Imogen just stops talking.
Snot bond? No, that's definitely not it.
No.
Oath bond! Oath bond word.
Okay. Yes, I suppose that would be appropriate.
That he actually starts like talking to you in Draconic to actually figure out like the etymology of like the word. And it does rudely translate to oath bond as kind of the concept of people who have been who are bond by oath rather than by marriage or by blood. Because you also speak Draconic very well, so he can have that conversation with you. All right. Hans, you have a...
So after that 10-minute discussion about semantics...
Yeah. Hans, the next morning, you have a very nice tailored suit.
Yay! All right, excellent. I will pack that away for later.
It would be very appropriate for political meetings.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I have a...
I think there's actually an item called noble clothing.
I have noble clothing.
Oh, okay.
I have another one. Yay!
Is it it's the one that actually gives you a bonus to stuff?
Hang on, let me take a look. Nobles...
Clothing and container.
Like it. Which one gives a bonus?
I thought there was one. If not, it gives you a +1 diplomacy bonus when dealing in matters of court.
Okay, let's just say a courtier's outfit then.
Sure, we'll go with that. So it's so they give you a... Sorry, I find it kind of funny that they particularly lace corset as its own special kind of item.
Yep, and it can cost 1 silver to 200
gold
gold.
pieces.
If you want to make it entirely out of gold, I guess.
I don't know. Anyway.
Jeez, okay. Alright, so let me just type that in. There it was.
Alright. 1 second.
Ta-da!
Already bought jewelry for the other outfit, so it'll be perfectly fine. Alright, cool.
Alright, so you guys make it your way back to Rostov.
Alright, excellent.
Great.
Alright, so we're at Rostov. Napkip. I suppose... Well, actually, I suppose first order of business is to try and figure out when I can meet with insert name here.
Starvo.
Starvo, thank you. First order of business, I'll have to see when I can meet with Starvo. Imogen.
Yes.
I hadn't. I already subtracted the money from my character sheet, so I hand Imogen for Nepkip's gear. Go buy Nepkip Go buy Nepkip the gear he wants. We need one extremely nice piece of armor befitting his new station and also functional, and he needs another weapon.
Okay. She takes Napkip and they go shopping.
Alright, cool.
Knock out 2 at once.
If you get 30 gold back for selling when you sell his old gear.
Okay.
And you can actually add that to your character sheet now. Hooray!
Okay, fine.
All right. How are you going to go about getting this meeting with Starvo?
I mean, I suppose I would have sent a message ahead of me. And then...
Yeah, it could have gone there a few days early. That's acceptable. Yeah. All right.
And then, and then I would go there, and ask a servant, I guess, if he received the message and when I might meet with him.
All right. So, you manage to find his office and you meet with his secretary. And he informs you that he has standing orders that when you arrive to schedule appointment to clear his schedule and make an appointment for you the next day.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. It's at this point that Hans realizes they never set a place to meet, so he's going to try going to the inn they stayed at last time and hope that that's where they end up.
Is that where you guys end up?
I mean, I suppose.
All right. You guys all end up there.
Yeah,
Do we,
reasonably speaking, they
Uh,
don't know any other place to stay.
all right. Caleb. Did we ever set an official day for Nyanya's graduation? Or
19 days from now. Yeah, 19 days from current day, so...
okay. All right. Do you guys want to do anything or just skip to the meeting?
We can skip to the meeting.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, Hans, you have a meeting with Lord Starvo. Starvo is his last name. He is one of the sword lords of Restoy. He is one of the main. He's one of the heads of the council. Of the sword lords. So he's one of the big head honchos. Your friend Nikolai, he is also there.
Okay. Greetings. Thank you for making time to meet with me.
Lord Stover stands up. He is a very well-fit man. Obviously, he has, as a sword lord, he has kept up his training since his proficiency with a blade is one of the main things that gives him such high rank.
Okay.
So he is in his mid-30s. He has blonde hair. He does actually appear to be. He has the scars of somebody who is used to battle, but he has the stature and manners of more of a noble person.
Okay.
And he has a he actually has a full thick beard as well. And a very nice sword, a scimitar, it would appear to be, is strapped to his right hip, and yeah.
Interesting choice, but okay.
He is known for that particular choice, while most of the sword lords are longsword masters. His particular choice to master the scimitar was thought odd, but it has seemingly worked him well in a lot of his duels.
Okay.
Mr. Gunch, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Lord Stavo.
Mm.
It is truly an honor to meet someone as skilled and esteemed as yourself.
Thank you. It is good to it is good to see you again as well. It has been quite a few years. I believe the last time we talked was at your master's funeral.
Oh yes, yes. Forgive me. I wasn't quite all there.
It is very understandable. Losing
Many things went wrong at once.
it is fine. No insult is had. Please sit. We will discuss matters.
Of course, I was a little surprised to hear you were summoning me.
Yes. Well, I have a proposition that I believe that would work well, that would be agreeable to both of us. However, before I discuss it, I must have you swear on your word as a gentleman that nothing we state until decided upon will leave this room.
So, quick question: were Napkip and Imogen allowed in with me?
I was planning on no.
Okay. Of course.
Very well.
Until we, yes, yes, until we are agreed, this what we speak shall not leave this room.
Good. Nikolai has assured me that you are honorable man, and we are able to ask you such things. Tell me, what did you think of the stolen lands and the green belt while you were there?
It's quite beautiful country. A bit untamed. It seems to have a deep connection to the Fae. Signs while I was there, but it's undoubtedly a very promising looking land.
Mm. Nikolai grunts. He's been respectfully quiet this entire time. He obviously greeted you when you walked in, though. But it seems that Lord Starvo wants to take over the majority of the conversation, and he respects him enough to let him do that. He goes, "Yes. What do you think about being one to tame it?" We on the council are very impressed with how you led your expedition and managed to deal with the Stag Lord, as I understand from your reports he was called.
Yes, the leader of the bandits down there, something of an amateur warlord, but
Amateur, maybe, but he had caused no end of headache for merchants and travelers and had made that area almost impassable. He managed to gather quite a large amount of strength in little time, and you and your companions being able to take him down is no small feat.
well,
And it proves to me you are a man of action, man who can lead such people to take the land back to reclaim it. In fact, we have been asked to find several candidates for various different missions of colonization to the south. Um, we would like you, while this has caused some political differences with members of your house and those of the more Estanian nature, we believe that someone such as yourself could not be a bad point for them to wish in power, being a member of their own house.
hmm.
And
It does make sense. It does make sense to have doing this. After all, I do have something of a head start with knowledge of the lay of the land, as it were.
yes, and your if my understanding of the news is correct, um, um, your your recent ennobling into baronhood would work very well in your favor, since your family has not officially provided a barony themselves, if I am to understand correctly.
That is correct. That is correct. Of course, I did have some plans as to what I might do myself. This this would hamper that quite a bit.
It would, but I believe this is a risk reward scenario. There is the amount of land which you can tame to the south is frankly, only as limited as your ambition allows it to be.
Hmm.
And, we would like to be good friends, since we are to be neighbors and all.
Oh, of course, yes.
And I think you will find us much better friends and neighbors than even some members of your house have been known to treat you.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean,
Of
but
course. Of
I
course.
assume this. Yeah. Does this also extend to the other nations that will be starting down there?
Um, you go
Nations.
There, does this also extend to the other groups that are being sent down there?
our offering of friendship and neighborship?
What? I'm aware there are other groups being sent down. What are your plans for them? What am I a part? Am I supposed to be in collusion with them?
No, they are handling their own business. We are, they're they've all been selected for various different reasons, most of it boring and political, unnecessary. They are free states just as you will be. You will have complete carte blanche of the lands. Um, they will have it as well. We would prefer if you could maintain friendship with them and not be competing for resources, but we have tried to spread you out pretty far that it would be years and very unlikely for that to become necessary.
Hmm. That that was most appreciated, at least. And answering to, if you don't mind my suspicion here, it does see leaving me to my own devices, aren't you?
Um, well, that is where our friend here comes in. Aye. Um, so Lords, if I'd like to be part of business that you're leading up, and as much as I enjoy the school, I have to admit, Restov's been a bit crowded of late, and could be in need of some new scenery.
Hans has a thought that he's going to keep to himself.
Yes, mm, Nikolai will occasionally send us reports on how things are going, just making sure operation is successful and that, no resources are not strained, things are not falling apart.
Of course. Of
Complete
course.
chaos. But as far as the methods, we leave that up to you. As time goes on, maybe we ask for favor here or there, as friends do,
Of
borrowing cup of
course.
sugar. You understand saying?
Yes, I get the gist.
Yes, but we would also be lending sugar to you. On occasion. In fact, we have plans to start with very large container of sugar to be lent. There has been quite a desire for colonization. Quite a few people want to stretch out, try something new, all over land. Given in about a month's time to consolidate them, there should be about 100 or so people willing to start a colonization effort.
Hmm.
Not only that, but we would be willing to kickstart this function, understanding, of course, that we would be close friends for such effort.
Hmm. Very well, I think. Very well. I think I shall accept.
Ah,
I suppose,
excellent.
when it really comes down to it, my intentions up north can easily be shifted down to the south.
Good, good. I will begin drawing up contracts.
Yes. Hmm. Could you give us a minute alone, please?
Um, who are you talking to?
Just asking. Is it all right? I was asking if Nikolai could give us a minute alone.
He goes, "Oh, all right. I'll be outside if you need me. Yeah. If you find necessary, Nikolai knows all about this business. But if you would like to discuss alone, that is no problem with me. No, it's fine. I'll just no alcohol if you need anything." He says, looking confused and a little downtrodden, and leaves.
Yeah, Hans turns back. I'm not a fool, Stavo. This deal was laden with silver and gold all along the way, and you bring my personal friend in sugar on the cake. I know is that whatever this cup of sugar is, it's going to be perhaps a little more exotic variety than might normally be expected.
Could
I
be.
just want you to know that I'm still agreeing. But I want you to know that I am agreeing even with that knowledge already. Even with that knowledge.
Excellent. And in point of fact, it is not so much adding Nikolai, as Nikolai was the one who suggested that you would be excellent for our choice here.
Well, that's good to know. Well, thank you
But
for considering me for this position.
yes, and thank you for accepting. And I am glad that there is no misunderstanding between us as to the nature of things.
Of course.
Yes.
I
Uh,
hope that he shall send back successful reports in short order.
I have nothing but faith that such a thing will happen. He go. Uh, this we will. As I said, it will be about month to assemble the colonists as well as the funds, the and the resources that we will be providing you with. All told, in total, it should be worth about 20. We have managed to secure funding from the crown for about 20,000 dragons.
Yes, that will be most excellent. I shall.
Not all of it in
How many have a
straight coinage, many of it in resources, building material, or things of that nature.
Yes, of course. It would be hard to. It would be hard to obtain anything if all I had was coin.
Yeah, so many of it will be lumber, stone, various tools that will be needed in such other things.
Hmm. All right, excellent. I believe I have. I believe I have a good location in mind for trying to start things off. So,
Good, good. Um, as I have, and as I stated, I will finish the work of having my esquires drafting up contracts.
all right, excellent. I shall be by tomorrow. No, wait. No, I'll be by later tonight to pick them up. I'm sure your staff has the day off tomorrow. Can
Yes. He goes. No, I'm assuming it's a religious holiday tomorrow.
Archer Feast, the Feast of Erastil.
Would they? I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
they actually would, because Aristotle is only really worshipped in the Medveded lands.
True.
Where because it's the merchant god, the god of war, and Pharasma that are the three that are worshipped inside of Brevoy itself. Unless I am.
That said, they probably.
He
That
go.
said, it's probably they probably do at least have
Yeah, so he would probably
going
go. He would.
on a lot of stuff going on, considering how many people they have there.
Right, and they're very close. He goes, not everyone. There are a few there are a few worshippers who have the day off, but not so many that you would not be able to come by. And most of the most of my esquires are abbot worshippers, so you should be ready about noonish tomorrow.
All right, excellent. I shall be by then, and we will make this official.
Good.
Oh, one thing I did want from this.
Yes.
Um,
He says as he was standing up.
as you appear to have read my reports, I'm sure you've taken note of the positive relationship we were able to obtain with a local kobold tribe. I'd like to continue that if I will, and just some official documentation, just so that if official diplomats or envoys are sent, I can show them some paperwork showing
If
showing a potential alliance would be
he
useful.
he goes, of course, as I said, you will have lunch. I will make sure that there is specific clause in contract that you are allowed to um, hmm, make diplomatic overtures in relationship to any native, inhuman, or otherwise individuals that you wish to have form positive relationships with, and that you are given free reign to do so. Is that acceptable?
Acceptable, thank you.
Very well. He extends a hand. I believe, mm, my fair barons, that this will be a good working relationship for both of us, and I have hope for such bright future.
I hope the same.
Do you accept his handshake?
Hmm. So yeah, Hans comes out from that.
Oh, did you shake his hand?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Am I coming through? Okay.
I guess I just didn't hear that part. All right. Nikolai is standing out the thing. Goes. So, how'd it go?
Went
Okay.
extremely well. I am dreadfully sorry about that. I needed to make something perfectly clear to him, and I wasn't sure you wanted to see me, and I wasn't sure I wanted you to see me using ill manners.
Yes, because
Whatever would happen to my image in your eyes? He's being slightly sarcastic.
yeah, he goes, I don't know, I think I'd grow to respect you, maybe?
Ugh.
Can't have that.
No, 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 no. More importantly, can't have him knowing that.
Well,
Man speaks. Man speaks at least two ways at once.
yeah, I guess. But he's always, but it was always good to the boss, and he's always been good to me.
Well, then I'm sure he's quite good. So, you're the official envoy, are you?
Yeah, only way I could. He goes. Only one of the things, ways that I use to convince him to take you is put my said if I was willing to put my own neck out, then I'll most obviously believe what I was saying about you.
Hmm. Well, that is. Well, I'm most grateful for that. Hmm.
Be a good opportunity to finally get you, out from underneath that heel of you that you've been under.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the consideration. If I may ask, what's going to happen to your school?
Uh, he goes. He goes. Just thinking of reopening it. Down south, we've got things a little bit more settled.
I see. So I suppose we'll be here until this year's classes have ended.
He goes. Oh, that was my plan. Yeah. This year's classes. I've got a friend who'll be able to teach things for a little while I'm down there helping you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Excellent. I'll have to see if I can find you an official posting.
He goes. Yeah, if you wanna. If not, I don't mind just going down helping out and
Yes, well, we have a few slots that we need to fill in. So
well,
see if you can't fit anywhere.
all right. He goes, just so it's understood though, once things get settled enough, I will be reopening the school, which will take up the majority of my time, so I don't think you should I'd be able to help you out permanently. But if you need me to lead something up while we get things started, got no problem with that.
All right. Thank you for that.
Well, can I at least buy you a drink? And if not, will you at least buy me a drink?
Yes, let's do that.
Good enough. I got a great bar nearby.
Oh. Wonderful. I was hoping you had graduated from the slog you used to have. Barely tolerate even the finest of wines. I don't know how you could ever stomach that mess.
Because I'm not a giant snob with a road up his arse. He says, obviously smiling.
Yeah. Alright, come on, let's get you that drink.
Alright. you guys head off. Give me a fort save.
I'm not drinking.
Oh. Okay. Give me a will save to not be convinced to start drinking.
Nuts. That's where I fail. Shoot.
Out of curiosity, where do they go to drink?
Someplace not too far.
All right.
It's not horrible. He does manage to convince you to drink a little bit.
Great.
Though not enough to get you inebriated. There is a slight tingling in your fingers, though. You believe it's beginning to
Sure.
affect you.
Are you sure?
Oh! I was just gonna have you make the will save. I wasn't gonna also do the fort save, but alright.
I just wanted to see if I would roll a 1.
You get plastered drunk.
Oh no.
The beer is really good, like surprisingly good. Like you don't even like. I get the feeling Hans doesn't even like beer, and this is amazing.
This drink is especially good.
Well, what? Hans becomes Russian when he's drunk. What?
Right.
Don't you know you never split the party? You keep the warriors in the front and nice and hearty. Does Hans join in with the tavern singing once it begins?
No, he doesn't know the song. Sin, the children of the night sound beautiful, no?
All right.
Does he seriously become a vampire when he drinks?
I've decided he acquired.
He becomes Dracula when he is drunk. Oh my gosh.
Son, then I say to him, that's not a riposte, that's a repair!
Good. Very funny. Yes.
Eventually, around late night, you
Do I find you shirtless riding Borvo?
Would he allow that?
I don't know. I think he'd just be very confused.
where are you staying at, friend? You're drunk. I need to get you home. And nobody knows the city better than Nikolai.
The castle I reside in lies in this direction.
Yeah. And we head in that direction. Yeah, man.
Drunk, we go to bed. But
I tell you, man, but you're good luck. You no matter what anyone says about you, remember, you're one of the good ones. I believe that. Fully and completely.
Well, I know I don't say it, but you're definitely. You've always been one yourself.
Oh, in case my man, it's me, right in the feels. Alright, we should have done this alley. He's a shortcut.
Imogen, good evening.
Imogen, at some point, you see a man who you don't know carrying in what appears to be a drunk Hans.
I'm going to bed.
Hey, lady, he says you're what's she? She's your
She's a
mar?
bear.
No. She was your marsupial or something.
I'm going to bed. I
No,
start
no.
gathering myself.
He pushes Hans on you.
I start gathering myself. I push Hans on the floor.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to
He pushes
bed.
Hans. He goes, no. You're from here. I got him
Wait.
through the door. Hello.
Wonderful.
I go back home.
Imogen is glaring in the direction with a very surprised but angry looking glare, like WTF, and just
Yeah, if I'm going to do this, is going to try using command on her.
no. What do I have to roll?
Nothing too bad. It's it's a will save of 15. Well, hang on, let me look this up real quick.
Uh-oh.
I do not.
Well, that's definitely a fail.
Yeah. Yeah, considering it's 10 plus stuff,
Yeah.
that's a Okay. Yeah, Hans is just like,
What? No, I rolled
Wait.
3.
here, come back. And you suddenly feel compelled to return to Hans.
I go back and I stare at him. Not
Help.
happy.
Help me, Borvo. Bear lady. No, bear lady. Yes, Imogen. Help me to my room.
Are there stairs or is it a single floor place?
I believe we established there were stairs last time.
I'm going to... I don't know if I'm actually strong enough to help him. Can he walk?
He's able to stand and kind of help him.
I don't think you can... You rolled a 1, Caleb.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
You were carried here.
No, it's like, I imagine that if you prop me up a little bit, you can use his legs to help you keep him up, but it's...
He didn't, because he didn't get convinced to drink that much. He just can't handle his liquor.
She attempts to bring him up the stairs.
I'm not. You succeed in bringing him up the stairs.
Okay, fine. I open the door to his room, I give him a little push, and then I shut the door behind him. And I assume I promptly hear the sound of Hans hitting the floor on the other side.
To feel the wood of my precious coffin. I will sleep comfortably tonight.
I'm going to bed.
All right. Hans, you are awoken in about mid morning with a horrible hangover.
Bleh. Oh. Thanks. Oh, where am I?
Imogen gets up and knocks on the door.
Don't hit me so hard. Ow, ow. Yes?
Imogen opens the door and says, "Do you need any help, Your Majesty?"
Could you not speak so loud? The drums of the damned are currently having a racket in my head.
Well, whose fault is that?
I'm regretting this regretting the decision to allow you in.
You didn't allow me in. I opened the door myself. You seem to be incapacitated. Did you have
How
things
did
you had
I?
to do today?
Yes, I did. Uh, yeah. So I have to go see Lord Starvo to get, and he starts getting out of bed and immediately regrets that decision. Oh.
Who said you were in bed?
Tries to stand up, anyway. Oh. But, see, oh, wow. How did I get back? How did I get here?
Some person brought you here. And I drug you up the stairs.
Oh, Nikolai, thank goodness. I guess he must be fine. Oh, dear. He goes there every time. Why do people drink?
Imogen looks at you incredulously. Well, gee, I have no idea, Hans. Maybe you should answer that question.
Oh, I don't drink.
Oh, she looks at you even more incredulously.
Normally. Normally, just Hey, he sits up a little bit. Going to need to see a healer. I genuinely think I might die.
Imogen rolls her eyes and does a heal check. Give me a second. Where's heal? Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Oh, heal check. Okay, got it.
Yes!
I meant you were turning around and leaving the room.
That's what I thought you were saying too. You have no idea what. You don't think he's gonna die, but you have got no idea what an actual hangover cure would look like. It is.
I'm gonna go downstairs and ask the bartender if they have anything.
Oh, you asked the bartender.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the bartender goes. 1 second. Doop, doop, whoop. Stir. Have him shotgun this in one go. I guess I don't know actually what shotgunning is. Have him down this in one go.
Okay, I'm gonna take the whatever it is up, and I'm going to hand it to him, and I'm gonna say, "Drink it quickly, in one go. Just down it."
All right, thank you. And he tosses it back.
It tastes horrible, but you very
Damn
quickly.
by Agatawa! What the hells is this?
But you realize almost instantly that you feel much better.
Foul beverage.
Imogen shrugs and leaves the room and slams the door.
Your sensitivity to light is down to about normal levels for Hans, and the pounding in your head has gone to a mild farm off tinging.
But yeah, Imogen shrugs and slams the door
Thank you.
and leaves. She has things she wanted to do today.
What kind of things?
She was going to go participate in the festivities wherever they are.
Okay.
Well, fortunately, most of them didn't start till noon anyway, so you arrive at the festivities and are not late for them.
Yay!
Unfortunately, I did not prepare for this eventuality, so I did not look ahead of time to see.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure.
I'm assuming
Hans has
there's an archery
conversation.
contest.
Yay!
This is a day set aside for establishing new relationships, enjoying current camaraderie, and celebrating the gifts of the gods with archery competitions.
Yay!
At some point, it's maybe not
Ooh.
the main feature, but it comes up. I mean,
The winner of the archery competition gets a rack of elk horns and a quiver of blessed arrows. Sure, if you want to try. No, sorry.
sure. Give me 3 bow rolls.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Did I not do good?
No, you managed to place second.
Yay!
There's a very, very talented young elven archer there that he manages to barely beat you. Unfortunately, you made one misstep in the second round.
I glare. No, I don't.
I was
I glare on the inside.
You glare at yourself?
Maybe.
Just find a mirror. You stupid. This is all your fault. You had this. I raised you better than this.
And Borvo looks very confused.
Yay! Try to make new friends, or are you busy spending the day with your current ones?
Well, you're off doing your own thing, so I guess I'm making new friends.
You do, in fact, make some new friends.
Yay!
Give me a diplomacy check to see how many new friends you make.
Oh dear. Oh no.
This
Oh,
should.
dear. Oh dear, this is going
Well,
to be
to be
bad.
fair.
I don't know if this is going to be very good. Diplomacy. I have a +0. We'll see what happens. Oh, not
amongst
bad.
you're amongst people of like mind. I
You
guess.
managed to make three new friends.
Yay!
You have a lovely girls' day with
Oh,
your
yay.
new friends. And this is the point where I stop talking because I have no idea what this would look like.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm sure Hans has conversations he needs to have today.
But yes, you make 3 new friends who you feel a very strong sense of camaraderie with after you spend the day together.
Yay!
I will admit this is partially because I feel a little bit silly for being the one with who like has all these character connections and all this stuff going on, and it's like
What?
Jen should have something, darn it.
Yes, well, you actually gave me a backstory, so with characters that I could pull from.
I'm the stereotypical
No, sorry.
no parents, no friends backstory character.
Yes, but nice. Yes, you have other connections you can link to if you want. Okay.
Cool. You managed to recover from last night.
Yay.
Enough where you do not appear drunk, or that you were drunk.
Sorry. Yay! Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to arrive back at his house, a castle.
A house.
Hmm.
All right, there are contracts for you to sign.
I will look them over for briefly.
Yeah, basically it just states that that you are accepting responsibility for such and such a allotment of land, that you are being placed in charge, that you have full rights and control, and that any events and things will within reason fall upon your soldiers as your responsibility that take place within them. And that if you are able to grow them, you are allowed to do so.
Okay, excellent.
And that they will officially be known as the barony of Embara from this day forth, and that all lands and titles will be passed upon to your heirs in such and such a time. Of course, there's things about being loyal to the throne in there, which I don't think anyone would find surprising.
Nope, not surprising at all.
Yep, and it gives in details about the everything that's involved. That is boring to actually go over, but necessary in game world.
Okay. Nuts. Sorry, I was just looking something up.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Osaka, what is your issue today?
I don't know.
There was a fuzzy on the comforter, and she was jumping like a foot in the air and pouncing on. And now she keeps chasing her tail.
Aw.
Osaka, what is your problem? My goodness. She's still chasing her tail. Osaka?
All right.
Naper's worried. She's coming over.
All right. So, what is the plan from here?
Curiosity. Yeah, was the elf that beat Imogen a he?
Yes.
Sorry. I decided to read the rest of the article on Archer Feast. The final one is like, the day's events at most Archer Feasts fairs are filled with games, food, and crafts, and the night brings dancing, drinking, pranks, and the crowning of the princes and princesses of spring and summer for the 2 single youths and 2 single adults who fared best in the day's events.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh yeah, that totally happens.
You can totally name these 4 characters if you wish.
Oh, I'm going to.
Oh dear.
That is amazing. I love it.
Yes. Anyway, I wanna move along to actually getting to
Yes,
working
okay.
on the actual stuff tonight. So that's kind of what I was like. Yes.
What? We're gonna do actual stuff tonight?
We will totally have that. We will totally flash back to this at some point. And I will name these characters, but
Okay.
let us move on.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna go back to Oleg's at this point.
All right. So that's your plan. You're going back to Oleg's right away.
I would assume. Do you have any other plans, Kay?
No.
All right.
All right, cool. Ba-dump, ba-dump. So you guys have a month until to get everything finalized to start your colonization efforts.
Okay.
Hold on. Um, okay, so how long does it take us to get from there to there? That's 1, 2, 3 days.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like 3 days.
Okay. Hold on, let me actually do this properly. Do we like leave the day after the festival?
Yes.
Didn't you have things you needed to do?
I think it's not for another 2 weeks, so
Yeah, not for another 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, it's 13 days from the time we get back to Oleg's.
Okay.
so you have 10 days until you want to or 9 days probably
Mhm.
until you want to head back.
All right. So what do we do now?
Okay. Who happens to be there?
So at the moment it is there's Oleg, Svetlana, and what's his name? What's his name?
Oh, the guard guy?
Yeah.
Keston Garrus?
Yes, the Keston's there. You notice that there and there also appears to be only 2 other guards there.
Interesting.
He's Keston's the first one to see you guys and goes, "Oh, wasn't ever expecting to see you lot around these parts again. Welcome back."
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sir Garrus. At your earliest convenience, I'll like to meet with you about something.
I'm not doing anything now.
Hmm. Um. Okay, so it's just him, Oleg, and Svetlana.
It's just him right now. He met you at the front gate.
It's just him. Okay. Well, it appears that we have a. It appears that. A lot harder to explain, harder than I thought. We've been sent down on a new mission. Found and see to the. Yeah, to found and see to the growth colony of sorts.
Oh.
Or a. I don't know. I suppose it's technically a fiefdom. The long and the short of it is, I was actually made a baron while I was gone. They actually called me back to make me a baron, just in time for the people for. In time for His Majesty and the Sword Lords of Restov to send me down here to found either a fiefdom or a client state, depending on what.
Oh. Oh. Okay. And does that mean we're getting relocated then, or?
Potentially. I was actually thinking I was actually thinking of using the surrounding this area and the surrounding area of a start as something of a starting point for the first settlement. And I was thinking I would need some good men who are somewhat familiar with the area and have different skill sets to help out with that. So would you be interested in something like that, or would you rather be recalled back?
All right. So Hans, you can either give me a diplomacy check or a profession ruler check.
Diplomacy's higher, but the way I phrased it sounds more like a profession ruler check.
Either one is acceptable to me.
Okay,
The
then.
situation I don't find.
Time to use that. It's like, and when that happens, I have to get into my character sheet here. What the heck is going on?
I have no idea.
The cat is sounds like she's knocking
Oh!
something over.
Okay then.
Wow!
What?
It's okay.
All right. He takes a look at you and he goes, "If you're the man who's in charge of this, then sign me up."
I was like, did I accidentally exert my power over him? I don't think I did. I usually have control over that. Thank you.
He goes, "Not only did you manage to take the Stag Lord out, but you actually managed to I forget what the guy's name is. He says it. Bring him back alive so he could stand for trial. For anyone who can tame these lands, it's you, and I'd love to earn a name standing beside you, sir." He gives you a powerful salute.
Excellent. I was thinking to myself that someone with experience leading a group of men. So that many right now, but eventually you'll be in charge of whatever armed forces we can muster up.
You want to make me general?
Let's go. It's not going to be general of a very large army, but yes.
Thank you for this honor, sir. I'm not going to let you down.
Thank you. I knew I would be asking the right man for that.
Quick question.
Yes.
Oleg and Svetlana's surname, is it Leviton or Levinton?
Sure. Levinton?
Like, does it say in the book anywhere?
Pronunciation?
He
No.
has it. He has it as Leviton.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled. So.
Okay, because I found both spellings online. It's just like an extra N in between the E and the T.
All right, here I will look it up right now just to put this debate to an end once and for all.
Okay.
This is important because it ties into what she wanted to name the town.
Okay, so it's spelled Leveton.
Okay, thank you. The internet has failed me in that it gave me two separate spellings. It looks like one person.
You internet!
Darn you!
you!
No. Yes. Okay. Anywho.
All right. Excellent. Now we'll just have to. All right. Excellent. Now I'll. That is most excellent. Now I'll need to talk with uh I'll need to talk with a few other people. Do you know if Oleg is still around?
Yeah. Get him and the Mrs. Are inside the house.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. We should be all right. We'll get to work after I clear up a few things. Yeah, we're going to enter into the trading post then.
Yes.
Okay. You enter in. The Letvens see you. Oleg they both share similar sentiments about not expecting to see you. Oleg comes over, Hans, and gives you a very hearty handshake.
Um,
Svetlana gives both Imogen and Napkip hugs.
Yay.
yeah, Hans is genuinely happy to see them. Yes, it is. I must say it is. And it's good, and it is quite good to see you both again.
Oi. What you doing in these parts?
Well, officially, uh, yeah. Officially, I have been tasked with something regarding this area once again.
Oh, got you doing more map making further south?
No, actually, they wish to expand. So I am to make something. I am to try and found a colony down here to.
Oh. Oleg does not look happy at this news. Well, I guess it was inevitably going to happen at some point. And
That's yes.
can only. Well, if it's going to happen, at least he's got good man leading it and someone who actually knows the people down here.
That's exactly what my thoughts were. In fact, when I was telling, I was telling Imogen about this eventuality some time ago, and promised I'd do whatever I can to make sure things don't change too much. I mean, obviously things are going to change, and they're going to change a lot. But we don't want to disrupt. It's hard not to disrupt everything, but I don't. But the people here seem to have a good thing going for them, and I want to try to disrupt that as little as possible.
That sounds. Yes. Well, that's what's gonna happen. That
In
sounds
fact-
like the kind of thing I can get on board with.
In fact, I had a suggestion. One thing I was thinking of. Post is perfectly situated along several existing roads. This is where people are going to be coming anyway. If we establish this area as our first settlement, what I'm thinking is we might be able to use it as a gateway into lands further south, and as we extend a claim over it, people might want to go out and find some land of their own, or maybe if enough people find a place to go, we might establish more towns, but possibly use this as something of a jumping off point, as well as a settlement for those who wish to go no farther.
I
As you-
mean,
This is officially your establishment, after all.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess kind of moved out here to get away from it all, but yeah, what you say makes sense, and I guess I might as well say yes and get to decide how it happens, and then say no and have it all happen by accident.
All right.
Just to be clear, we don't want this to be just another country, you know? Something different, something new.
Not sure what that looks like entirely yet, but working on it. Let's. Next suggestion is going. Um, next. Yes, Hans is going to look slightly embarrassed here. We were debating about what to potential new settlements, and thought that maybe naming it after the initial settlers wouldn't be a bad idea. Something like Leviton's Crossing. Would you?
Thank you.
Amenable.
Svetlana states in, thank you. That would mean a lot to us.
Yes. The other thing I wanted to ask is more of a personal favor. One of the ways I wished to help separate this area and make it as close to the ideals of the people of this area already, rather than finding other nobles or family members or members of high position to fill official positions. I would ask locals, people around who have proven themselves in various ways. And
you want us to help with that?
Yes. Specifically, my initial thoughts were that
I'll get it be. He goes, I'll get it be. I want to be treasurer.
Yeah.
Oh, thank Pharasma. Okay, that was easy. That was easy. Yes. Fess, when I was considering that position, I had a hard time considering anyone else.
Yep, don't worry. He goes, if I get to be charged of not making any new taxes, I like this plan.
Yes. It also means you'll be in charge of the official funds that will be coming in, and you know how to handle large sums of money and accounts and all that. And you've proven yourself to be quite faithful and skilled with that. Quite frankly, yes, I trust you with finances.
Glad to hear it.
And yeah,
You got.
I also do have a position for Svetlana that I would like her to take. You have played. Yes, you have played people. You know better than most what people go through out here. So Um, yes, I'd like to appoint. Yes, I'd like to appoint you in post as an official counselor, just someone who can better help me understand what it is that the people here want and need.
Her brow furrows, her lips pierce. She looks indecisive, uncertain, and then she goes in. As Oleg puts his hand over hers and gives it a reassuring squeeze. She goes, "Okay, I think I can do that."
All right, excellent. I've already. Okay, I will be one. Before you, thank you both for your acceptance. Now, before, yeah, I will give you one chance to back out as I tell you one more thing. I've already appointed Napkip and Imogen to positions, and I'm planning on appealing to the Soot Scale kobolds to try and get their assistance in founding this land. And and um, how, however, I did say I was trying to avoid nobles. I do already have one technically noble person on board, being Captain Garrus. Is
Ah, Garrus is a good lad. That's fine.
Yes.
So is it?
All right. Excellent.
He goes, I'm assuming you put him in as captain of whatever troops you're gonna have.
Excuse me. Yes.
Well, anyone else who'd be better suited to do that. So,
Not
fine.
really. He's the only leader of any troops around. That's would have been very hard pressed to find another. Um. Hmm. Are there any? Yeah, let's see. There were a few others I was considering. I have a list of positions I need to fill here. Perhaps you two could assist me with this.
All right.
So hang on. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, 4. All right. So let's see. I'm already planning to go see Chief Sootscale about that. Imogen's official position will be as Marshal, and I forget what that does, so I'll just explain what it does. And Napkip will be officially Captain of the Watch, so more of a police force, whereas Captain Garrus would be functioning in more of a hypothetical military role.
East why Napkip have spiffy new uniform.
Yes. Chief Sootscale, meanwhile, would be assisting with that police force as well.
Well,
I was only aware of one mage. Only know of one mage, that being Blair, and I was hoping to ask him if he could join if he was around. Have you seen him? And if not, do you know of anyone else who might suit that role?
Seen him. He comes through every once in a while when he's got new furs to sell, so I can let him. But it's hard to tell exactly when or where. Could be a couple of days, couple of weeks. It's a bit hard to foretell his motions. all depends on how well of a haul he's got. But I guess he'd probably be by in about a week or two, hopefully. Beyond that, he goes. Last time I heard, he was he took over I forget his name. The trapper who died. He's been taking over some of his area. Maybe if you want to go out and search for him, you could find him there.
B.O.
Yeah, I forget what his actual name was. I remember the initials.
Yeah, it's like, yes, the Magister position is a position of learning. Someone who's taking care of magical concerns.
He goes, besides that, the only other mage I know about in here is there's tales of a swamp witch who lives far to the south.
Yeah, no, that would probably be ill-advised. Best try for what we know before I go chasing after myths.
Yeah, myths who are also, said to eat children and stuff like that.
Definitely not then. Pinch, I could ask Boken. He has learned in alchemy.
Boken won't want to be a part of this. In fact,
okay, good.
I suspect as soon as he hears anything about this, he's probably gonna consider moving further south.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I will wish him well wherever he goes. Also, would you happen to know what became of Akiros? Did he? He moved on? Has he moved on?
Because I haven't heard of anything after he headed for the temple. So though I think Jode's still around there. Every once in a while, it comes up for supplies. So maybe he's still there, or maybe Jode knows his whereabouts.
Excellent. I have not seen Jode in a while. Do you know of anyone who... Alright, Alright, I am not the only person being sent down to form one of these colonies or baronies or whatever you want to call it. There are a few other groups being sent down to other areas around us. And because of that, I believe we will have need of mats of sorts. Do you know of anyone who's particularly good at well with people?
He goes, I know. He goes, I know one or two people who are good at getting on with people, but I don't think they'll be particularly fancy. But they're good enough at making friends.
All right, I'll just have to put them through a crash course, and that should be doable. Beyond that, I just have the role of High Priest to fill. And we were thinking here that we may not have a single religion official religion for the region, make the process of finding someone to act as official high priest slightly difficult. Will be up for that, or do you think, or should I perhaps try to find someone else?
Be honest with you, I don't really know. He's talking and ask him, but he seems
Yes.
pretty devout. His ways may not be not completely intolerant, but I have imagined he'd have a hard time promoting other beliefs.
Is a puzzlement. Well, all right. We will just have to make do, I suppose. I don't really. There doesn't really seem to be much other choice, so I will. Yeah, as you say, no harm in asking. All right. Thank you very much for your assistance in these matters. All right. Yeah, we should be. Yeah. Provided we have things all set up within the month, we should be receiving a shipment of things coming. We should be receiving a shipment of money and resources and a few settlers.
A few.
So in the meantime,
How many are we talking here?
Leave approximately 100.
Oh, so many settlers then.
Yes. All right. We'll have to settle how we deal with that when they arrive, unfortunately. In the meantime, I suppose we have to decide. There is something I wanted to decide here. Do you think the members of the government be paid extra for their efforts in ruling? Should be paid a salary for their efforts in ruling the kingdom, or do you think it should be more of a service?
He goes, if you do work, you should get paid for it.
Anyone else feel like chiming in? All right, seems good to me. All right, so let's discuss salaries for each of these positions.
And that conversation happens.
It's because boy, oh boy, oh boy. People can make economics thrilling. We are not those people.
I mean, I'm sure if I was doing a campaign focused on that, I could make it interesting. But I'm just kind of like, all right, let's move forward to the getting. Because I do actually want to get to at least 1 month of stuff before.
Yes.
All right, so, all right. All right. So, who are you going to go and see first?
Hold on just a minute. Let's
That's
take
fine.
a look at the map.
All right, while you make that choice, I'll be right back.
What do you think, Robin? Who should we go see first?
So what are we doing? Are we like?
Well, if you split up, you can you can cover more ground.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go with Borvo to like the Temple of the Elk and see if what's his face is there.
Napkip says that he can go talk to Chief Tootscale.
Okay, yes. Hans will explain the position in detail in Draconic so that it's fully understood.
Napkip actually has a really good grasp of this. He has been following along pretty well.
All right, Hans does not feel like searching 3 hexes. He has another plan in mind.
All right, then that plan is
Gonna go find that boggart.
okay.
And he's going to have a discussion with him that we can totally take care of next week if you want.
Okay, sure. That sounds.
Did learn Boggart eventually, so he wants to have a discussion with him, and he wants to see if he can actually convince this guy to potentially start harvesting some of that sulfur.
Okay, so you want him to
and like convince him to be a part, and convince him to kind of be this.
Yeah, let me think about that. We'll play that out next week.
Especially since I need sulfur.
All right. So I think it would take each of you about 3 days to go there, have a meeting, and come back.
Okay.
I think because there are 12 hexes, and the speed that you guys can cover them, because you each have a mount, so that means. Oops, wrong book. Exploring rules.
Excuse me.
Cross. Time to cross 1 hex. So. Yeah, we'll just say that. We'll say that for sake of convenience. So yeah, it'll take you 3 days to go down, meet with your prospective people, and come back.
Okay.
So I guess the only person we're actually going to play that out with is Imogen.
All right.
All right. You wander into the temple. It is looking much nice. It is not much. It is looking nicer than it was before.
Yay!
You can hear the sound of wood chopping in the nearby distance.
Just to clarify, what's the specific position I'm asking him to fill?
High priest.
Okay.
Just so that we have someone there who is reasonably acceptable for the post.
Okay.
And I'm going to rely on just kind of going with the worship of Era still, while still also remaining devoted to Pharasma to kind of hopefully carry that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so you actually Jode has actually made a sort of there actually appears to be a sort of scaffolding that's made that Jode is on top of and working on restoration attempts of the temple.
Yay! I'm going to walk over to him and I'm going to hail him and
Oh!
say hello and such.
Oh! Oh! Ah!
Balls from the pedestal. No, I just
No. Greeting. Greetings, High Huntress. Oh, starts climbing down. Didn't ever expect to see you here again.
We have other business in this area now.
All right, so for the sake of speed, you give him the spiel.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you want of? Why are you here then?
Although for this country we are establishing, we don't want to have any particular religion be our, I guess, sponsored religion. I would like to ask you to be our high priest.
That seems a bit of a contradiction. Or by high priest, you mean that you just wish for me to oversee the various different religious affairs of this new settlement that you are trying to establish?
Yes, and if it pleases you, I suppose others could be appointed to assist you in the post as well, so that
I, um, uh, I don't. I appreciate your thought, but I am not sure. Um, uh, I would be the best person for such an important and trustable position. Um,
well, even if you are not, I would hope that you would like to serve with us as
yes, but I wouldn't want to bring you down, and I don't think I would be a good fit. I would cause more problems than I would help. However, uh, I I shall seek Aristil's guidance on the matter and get back to you. Um,
Imogen looks slightly concerned, but she understands and says, "Well, I hope you'll come and see us at least."
yeah, I mean, of course, need supplies every once in a while that we can't find immediately nearby. I'm sure we'll see each other again. And I will let you know uh, whatever still comes.
That is fine. That is fine. And she allows him to get back to his work at that point. On her way back, she's pondering and pondering who else they could possibly ask. And then she has an epiphany and
as
starts
yeah.
writing back.
Oh well, before that, as you are thinking that, and you are you're thinking and deep in thought, you run smack dab into a shirtless Akiros.
What? I just bump into him. What is this?
Ah!
Like Borvo runs over him. What's happening
No.
here?
Before you start writing, you just
Okay.
you bump into him. He is carrying large amounts of wood.
Wait. Okay. So Akiros was the
Ex second in command of the Stag Lord.
Oh geez. Okay.
Oops, I think I have made a terrible mistake.
And you cause him to drop all of the wood that he's carrying. What the? Who's there? Ah, it's you.
And you.
Yes, it is I.
I think
He crosses his arms, trying to cover his torso.
I think my superior wanted a word with you. Meaning Hans.
Is he around?
He's up at Oleg's.
which is a lie, but
What? He
No,
will be. You're coming back.
yeah, that's
All right. Well, I guess I can check with Jode and see if we could, if a supply run would be useful at this time.
Imogen braces an eyebrow, but she doesn't question him. She then gets up on the Borvo.
He steps out of your way. Please.
She says nothing and leaves.
awkward.
That was the point.
Are you trying to do something?
No, I'm definitely not.
No.
I'm definitely not doing the same thing to you that I'm doing to Caleb's character. But that would be crazy and totally not fair.
Rides away. Angrily.
Hooray! I love it. Okay.
Anyway, she heads back to Oleg's at this point.
All right, you guys reconvene at Oleg's. It is 3 days since you left. Nabkip informs you that that the soot scales would be more than willing to join up and help.
Imogen puts
Excellent.
her index and middle fingers together in front of her chest, and she says, "Unfortunately, Jode is less than enthusiastic about the prospect, but on my way back here, I had another idea."
Oh, what would that be?
Yes, your cousin Lucy is planning on becoming a priestess, is she not?
That's not very funny.
I'm being serious.
She was about to be sworn in as a cleric of Pharasma, that is correct.
So would she be willing to take the position?
Sounds like in every way that is a terrible idea.
I don't understand how.
All right. Then
We need a high priestess. She wants to be here. I don't see a downside.
the primary downsides is that she's not from the area and she has, in fact, no experience as an actual priestess of Pharasma.
Well,
and
then
is-
you
would
could
suddenly
teach her,
be-
couldn't you?
And would suddenly be elevated to a position of extraordinary power and
Well,
influence.
you could teach her, could you not?
To be fair, Jode originally not from around here either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes!
Ugh.
And besides, she wouldn't be the only sole power in this situation. I mean, she would be a figurehead, but in name only. She would have others serving with her as
Isn't
high
that
priest.
kind of what
of
we
the-
wanted then? Because we
Yes.
not want one person with lots of power in that position.
Exactly.
Point, which brings me to my other point. A little unnecessarily cruel to the poor girl.
Well, I don't see how this is cruel in the slightest.
She's going to need time away from me to deal with what is, quite frankly, in my opinion, a childish crush.
Imogen scowls slightly.
And look, what I'm driving at is it's going to be awkward.
Oh, so I see. There's no reason why she shouldn't come here except that you don't want her here.
No, it's
And let's be totally honest, we're never going to find someone your age.
I want someone of my. Are we still talking about the position of High Priest?
I don't know.
For your information, yes, we are.
Fine. But anyway,
Well,
I think she would be dandy for the position.
well, when you put it like that, I.
And if it pleases you, she might bring a tutor with her,
That would
if
be
that is your sole concern.
preferred, and to and to your point, not want to see her. I just don't want to lead the poor girl on.
I just don't want to not see her.
Oh, okay. Are you quite finished? This a serious recommendation, or do you just delight in tormenting me?
This is a serious recommendation. She tries to stifle a smile. No, I'm being serious.
Kobolds have saying, two things can be equally true at same time.
All right, fair enough.
I translating, but it actually more something like two eggs can both be born of can both be from same mother. But sentiment is same.
Mad. All right. All right, then I will draft a letter, if you wish.
I think that would be best.
All right, cool. I have something that's going to happen in 2 days unless you guys want to do something before then.
Yeah. I think I'm good. The only other thing I would be concerned about is I wanted to make sure, like, for sure the might layer was taken care of.
Oh. Eat not there anymore.
Oh, okay, good.
The
The
map.
soot scales took care of it then?
Apparently, he goes, yes, Miss Giant Party.
Oh, I'm sorry, Napkip.
You okay?
I'm sure there'll be more parties.
All right.
Many more parties.
2 days later, Akiros arrives at the trading post.
I glare at him.
Shirtless. No, sorry.
No, he is wearing appropriate level of clothing.
All right.
He first walks over to talk to Oleg, and basically telling him the things that they need. Tar. And then he comes over to where Hans and Imogen and Napkip are sitting working over stuff, and he goes, "Ma'am, Kobold, sir."
Excellent. Excellent, Akiros.
Imogen suggested that you wanted to talk to me about something.
Yes, absolutely. Hold on a moment.
I never told him that I ran into him.
Why not?
I said nothing.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, I will give him the spiel about what we're doing. Was trying to fill out positions, and I thought I would offer to you the position of warden, which is essentially acting as something of a personal security force. So, and also being something, acting as something between the guard force and the military branch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Not to well, spit in your face, I guess as the saying goes. But why? I mean, you only really know me as an ex-bandit and a traitor.
because you're because reason number one, you're particularly strong as a warrior. Reason number two, if I read you correctly, you are a man of great faith. A man of great faith, the same as myself, and not of a heretical faith like your previous boss. I'm heretical. In fact, if I become heretical, I might want you to kill me. Hans will smile to himself on that one. He won't bother to see if Akiros finds that funny.
He has a small smirk.
I've been trying to stay as steadfast as possible to her my whole life. I would hate to see myself start blaspheming that. And further down to is, I made a judgment call on you that day, and you did not stab me in the back for it. So I think naturally that would come with some suspicions. Now, I will be 100% honest. I'm a little bit strapped. I am slightly strapped for choices, as it were. But if my assessment of your character is correct, I do believe you will function well in that position. I do legitimately think that you want to serve something greater than yourself.
All right, time for the check.
Keeping in mind, okay, yeah.
Okay, Caleb, sure. Just keep rolling amazing on these.
Yeah. Jeez, I am making a hell of a first impression. The charm the charm effect really, really worked when I pulled that off.
All right. So, he takes a minute, and he goes, "Look, I don't know much about myself, but, and I don't know." He goes, "I don't think." He goes, "I'm not really a religious man anymore, and I'm definitely not a good one, but You guys are. And maybe I can make up for some of that by helping you out. So, yeah, if you need my help, I'll help.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Oh, Joe also wanted me to pass along a message.
All right.
While he still has concerns in his ability, it would be, he feels it would be both unwise and wrong of him to turn you down. So if you would still like him, like his help, he would be willing to help.
Of course,
right.
we'll need priests of all different kind, all manner of faiths.
Yes, we will. In fact, how well did you explain that situation?
Joel, how well did I explain that situation?
Well,
Okay.
so, yeah. Misgivings, but he feels it'd be wrong of him to turn you down and not offer his aid.
All right. Well, let him know that let him know that I definitely thank him for that. What is today? The 13th. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess send a messenger when you need our help. In the meantime, we'll still be working on the temple.
All right. Very well. Then we shall send word to you when we start getting things in order. Ow.
Cat?
Ow. You're stepping on a bruise. Stop that.
Cat.
Okay. Right. We've actually managed to take care of most of that.
What is that? What does that position use again?
Which one? That's...
The warden position.
Oh, geez. Oh no.
That's why I'm looking it up. I'm just talking out loud while I'm doing so. Warden. Strength or Constitution?
Those sound like things he should have.
He has very good Constitution. Well, he's got good for an NPC Constitution.
Okay.
All right. So, the day before you leave to go back to, Restov, Hans?
So that's 3 days. I want to get there and then 1, 2, 3. So 2 days later. Cool. 15th.
Blair shows up with a haul of furs. Oh! He puts the first crate down. Hello? What I was expecting to see you three back in these lands. I'm sorry, Borvo, 4 of you.
Yes, we weren't quite expecting to be back so soon ourselves. It turns out that, as it turns out, the nation of Brevoy and the city-state of Restov had a desire to colonize down here. And fortunately, they saw fit to put me in charge of it.
Oh, well,
I can at least...
good for you.
So I can at least... Well, my hope is that I can at least stem some of the industrialization that might otherwise occur.
Ah, I'm glad to hear that.
I want to try preserving the way of life that already exists out here as much as I can. It'll be difficult, but
Oh, well, you're a good lad. If he goes, and I get, and that sounds like a noble enough cause. So if you need any help, let me know.
yes. That brings me to a point of slight awkwardness. You're the only person I know with any magical inclination whatsoever, and I do need someone in charge of the more magical affairs of this area. Either promoting learning or teaching certain things. And then Hans suddenly gets an idea, because I just got an idea. Perhaps you could teach people about the inherent connections to the Fae in this area. There seem to be many, and it would do people well, especially scholars and mages, to the natural connections this place has.
I mean, I guess if that's what you want. I'm not really. I know it's become as surprising, but a man of learning myself. Any power I have comes from my family, my clan. But yeah, I do know of that around here,
Yeah.
and I could teach and help people understand that portion.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave tomorrow for a rest off for a little bit. But when I get back, I'd like to discuss this a little further with you. Oleg said you were staking out the what was once the land of traps and nothing else.
Aye, I mean, no one else. I mean, there's no one else to stake a claim on it now. So, and it was good land. Just he wouldn't. Yeah. All right. I'll check back in about 2 weeks then.
All right, I will see you then. Thank you very much once again, Blair. I greatly appreciate that.
Aye. Well, after you've done what you've done for this land, you've proven that you at least care for it somewhat. And if I can help keep it the way it's meant to be, then yeah, that's good.
Yeah, fair warning. Things will change. We do have 100 people coming. I just want to try to keep it from changing as much as possible.
Oh, I know. Um, we've had to deal with Brevi before. Come in thinking they can do whatever they want, take whatever they want, and someone was going to do this eventually. So if it has to be you, amazing. I appreciate it. Can at least keep things decent.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
All right. So
Good luck with your hunting and trapping.
right. So well, then I also assume that you can discuss it more just off camera, as it were.
Yay!
A little bit later, Imogen approaches Hans and taps him on the shoulder.
Yes.
She's holding a piece of paper that's a little bit crumpled, and she says to Hans, I had an idea.
Okay.
When
Hans
we
unfolds the paper.
When we were in Brevoy, I saw how a bunch of the families had these fancy shields that sort of represented their bits of Brevoy. So I thought we needed one.
Huh. You're extremely talented at this.
It's not like that. It's like crudely drawn and it doesn't have colors on it. It's just there's like little lines that have colors like written
Dang,
showing what
I-
things are what colors.
I legitimately forget how talented of a graphic designer you are sometimes.
Yeah.
No, it looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks amazing. I'm pulling it over. I'm pulling it over so it'll be on the video and stuff before
Nice.
I put up that's dang
Yeah, that
cool.
representation is not what she has drawn.
No.
but
That's your
just-
That's the eventual sigil. I understand, but I'm just saying that's dang cool and I love it.
Thank you. Okay, but she points and she says, I thought this one would represent the forest, and she points to the bear, and it would also represent me and Borvo, and this one she points over to the red side and says, and I thought this one would represent Napkip and the soot scales, and then the top one would represent the country itself being sort of a reborn, like the phoenix, and it also represents you.
Well, thank you. This is most excellent. Well, in Restov, I'll see if I can find a herald to draw to thing quite wonderful. I think that's an excellent design.
She smiles. She's very excited. You're welcome. I'm glad that we can do this.
Yes, me as well. Sorry, sorry. As we're talking, my mind went back to when you were by yourself. It's like, wait, did she just refer to Hans as her superior?
Well, technically you are. I mean, you're the Baron.
Yeah.
And united her.
Would have seriously bothered her 4 months ago. Huh. Yeah, I came home one day and that was waiting on the laptop. It's like, wow.
You didn't react like that.
I did internally. I really liked it.
Yeah.
What? Caleb being stoic in his reaction to something and then explaining how he felt later? That's like me being surly or grumpy or overly sarcastic.
Someone legitimately thought I was cheering for the Patriots during the Super Bowl because of how I was approaching the game. It's like sometimes my intentions aren't fully conveyed.
Sweet. I was wondering how I was gonna mark what parts of the map you had officially placed underneath your control as parts of the world.
Aw. Yay.
Now I have the way. I have the power.
Yay.
Boop. All right, I'm gonna make this not. Doop. There we go. I want to make it big
Ta-da.
enough that we can see that it's there, but not so big that we can't see other things that are on the map.
Yes.
Sweet. I was like, I'll be right back.
All right.
I scrolled up and I see that picture. There was...
I know, right? I laughed at that too.
Yeah, it's like you really wouldn't think something with that many colors in it would pop as well as it does, but my goodness, does that look good.
It looks so good.
Aw, I'm glad.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Okay. Caleb. Do you mind stating that you leave, come back, and we do the ceremony next week?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Do you have
Just
a list of things to do next week?
we're doing
Next week will
You
be
might want to start writing these
played
down.
entirely in flashback.
there's I just have the holiday festival.
Yeah.
And this.
And the boggard?
Ah, thank you.
Yes, next week, entirely in flashback.
Cool, and I think that's it.
All right, so,
Mini games.
yes, so, all right. 1 second. Okay, cool. I have notes. All right.
Cool.
So,
It is now the 25th of Erastus.
all
When
right.
I wake up and we're back at we arrived at the 24th, and the 25th is the first full day we're there.
Okay. What is the last day of the month?
The 31st, M day.
Okay.
Dang it.
So that is when all of the settlers arrive.
Oh gosh, no.
Okay, so skip ahead there. Let's see.
All right. So this is your first official month of kingdom creation. All right. So you have already decided where you are going to start your kingdom. Da-da.
Yep.
All right. So the way that this works is that on the last day of every month, is when we take care of all this stuff, and it is assumed that this happened throughout the month.
Okay.
All right. So first off is usually the upkeep phase, but since you guys have not officially actually created your kingdom yet, there is no upkeep phase.
Yay!
We start off with what is the improvement phase.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
step 1, which you've technically been doing all this time, is you fill or swap any leadership positions. So any leadership position changes would happen now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hans. You received a letter
Oh, awesome.
from your cousin
Oh,
telling you that she'd be more than happy to come down and help. And
awesome.
that she had already heard from grandfather, the head of the family, that this could be a possibility. And he had been asking her to take care of this anyway, so you saying that you wanted her was all the thing that she needed. She will be once her things are completed in about she'll be down, which should be in a couple of months. So so before you have to make that decision, you can go ahead and have Joe just be the high priest for now.
Excellent.
He says through gritted teeth.
All right, so we have all
I
the
probably read that and was like, when it got to the part about her grandfather, it's like, That presumptuous youngster of a...
Hmm?
I am. Yikes, that I keep forgetting.
Yep. So we have all the positions filled that are going to be filled. For the thing. So that is complete.
Yay!
Okay.
All right. So next is claim new hexes.
Hexes!
To claim a hex, it must be fully explored and cleared of all monsters and hazards. It also must be adjacent to a kingdom hex unless it is your first hex. Your first hex has been completely cleared and explored and is adjacent to and is your first hex, so it doesn't need to be adjacent to anything. Claiming so the two things happen from claiming a new hex. First, you immediately spend one build point to do so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have BP now. I gotta write that down.
How many do we
it's
have?
It's in your treasury. I already put it in there. It's 40,
Okay.
and I'll lower it down to 59.
Where is our treasury?
The kingdom sheet.
The
Okay.
kingdom sheet. All right. Next, we increase your kingdom size by 1 for each hex claimed this phase.
Okay.
So size is now 1. All right. So let me double check something.
Is the kingdom sheet anywhere in Roll20
No.
or is it somewhere else?
It
Okay.
is somewhere else. I can here 1 second. I will repost the document. I'll repost the link in the Discord chat.
Okay.
All right. So, so just as a thing, at this step you can also abandon hexes of your choice, but this adds 1 to your unrest or 4 if the hex contains a city.
Okay.
Oh, we have lots of BP.
Yeah. As I said, you start off with 50, because every BP is worth about 4,000 GP.
Okay. Well, I suppose the 4 squares around us would be a pretty good place to start, I think.
Well, you can only claim 1 hex to start, I believe.
Okay.
And we're claiming the hex that we're starting the settlement in.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't claim anything else?
Not on
No.
this turn.
Okay.
All right. Let me.
Well, can we spend BP on anything else?
Yes, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
There's a whole lot more steps. I am just double checking everything as we go to make sure I understood it correctly.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
What?
I'm looking at that command DC. to have to... I'm gonna have to start pouring in some...
Okay. All right. That's what it. Okay. So, you. All right. So, yep. So that's good. I was just making sure that the sheet that I have calculates everything correctly. All right. Establish and improve cities. You may prepare land for city districts.
Okay.
So, all right. So Your kingdom size is 1, so you can only found 1 city per month.
Okay.
You can only place 1 new city in that building. You can only claim.
Wait, what?
This.
I'll just assume that was roast. I'm sorry, that threw me off.
Sorry, 1 new building in the city.
Okay.
In every city, you can only build 1 new building.
Okay.
You can only. If you look on. Here, I will also share this because this is also where all the stuff is. It's in your
Okay.
folder, but I will place it here so it's easy to go to. We are currently on the improvement phase.
Okay.
There is, if you scroll to the right, there's the improvements per month. That will tell you how much you can get done in this month.
Okay.
All right, so. Okay, preparing lands for new cities.
Good,
Well, farms would probably be important.
Yeah, we get to that. City was being a hex that you have explored and cleared. You can pay to have the site cleared and prepared to support the city's roads and buildings. The cost and time required to clear the space, various areas is detailed in page 59. All right, so that is grassland, so costs
1 BP.
Yes. Do I not have the thing there? Okay, yes. So costs 1 BP, which is an additional to the BP that it takes to claim it.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts you
Okay.
down to 48. So you have found your first city.
Yay!
It's one of those moments where I wish you guys actually had the ability to move through maps on your own on Roll20.
Oh.
All right. So, since it is a grasslands, you may immediately purchase new buildings or destroy old planes and apply their effects immediately. So, I'm going to drag this over here. So, we go to the actual city itself.
Ooh,
We
okay.
can actually make a building.
Yes. So, you currently control 1 district. Maybe it'll be less confusing. I just have a second one there because I was playing around with stuff.
Okay.
Here, I will.
Let me check something real quick.
All right. So, as
Do we not have any unrest right now?
you currently do not, as far as I understand it.
Okay.
All right. So, you for forming at Oleg's, you can choose 1 free building in addition to a building that you would like to build.
Cool.
So there's only 3. It gives you choices of what you can choose. You can
Okay,
either
what are they?
count it as a shop, a stable, or a watchtower.
Okay.
I will go grab
There's the stable.
buildings. And I will pop this in the thing. All right, so these are all the different buildings that you can buy and their effects. So to start off with, just a plain old shop increases the city's base value by 500 and your economy and gives your economy +1.
Okay.
The stable also increases your
Also does.
BP by 500, but it increases your economy and your loyalty by 1.
Okay.
Slightly better. It's also slightly more expensive, so that makes sense.
Yes, but you get it. But this is for free, which you can turn it into. Or the watchtower, which adds +1 to stability, +2 to your defense modifier, which is not going to be important until later on, and -1 to unrest, which you currently don't have any of, so I wouldn't necessarily choose that.
So we get
So this is what Oleg's will become. You get to choose what you want it to act as in your city, your new city, for free.
well, probably the shop.
I was
Oleg's would
thinking.
be.
I was thinking a stable. It's basically a shop except better.
Okay.
Yes. The shop, okay, I'll put it this way. The stable has much more strategic value. The shop is much more flavorful in value. So, it's either one that you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we get 2, right?
You get this one for free. So this is
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do the stable for free then.
all right.
Also, we can build a house for free, which the stable has to be next to. The first house you build during any improvement phase does not count against the total number of buildings you can build during the phase. So we can place a house, we can place that stable, and we can build one more building.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Okay, so first you build the first house.
Which it is a house, but the description is a number of mid-sized houses.
Yeah. All these things also basically are like, here's the important building. So it's like you're building a housing district, basically, is what it's actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Wanted it to be cheap, we could build tenements and raise our unrest, but I decided not to do that.
Yeah. Well, no.
All right, so we're building a house. What square would you like the house to be placed on?
Boop boop boop.
Excuse me. Oh, we're over here now. Let me take a look. This is what we have?
Yes, you have one district ready to settle.
Does this represent one district, or...?
Yes. That's why this is District 1 of Leventon's Crossing.
Okay. So
Okay.
probably would we need to have it probably towards the center, right?
How many spaces does a house take up? 1 square or 4 squares?
1.
One.
The houses, if you notice, are so 1 block is 1 square.
Oh, okay, that's what all those are. Okay. I was wondering where the rest of the buildings were, and it's like, oh, that's because they're in the tabs.
Yep.
Okay, so starting in the middle here, you want to...
I was thinking,
Right
yeah,
there?
3C, yeah.
All right, so gonna place this house. Oop, give me a second to upload.
Ta-da!
That's kind of weird. Okay. I don't know why it's slightly... Oh, it's just a lighter color. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so you build the house, so then we go over to the kingdom sheet.
Is it a token?
It is a token.
I think it's got Fog of War on, so I don't think we can see it. Ta-da! Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay, so you do not...
It's okay. We can ignore the district 2 for now.
Here, I can actually just do this. That I purely placed it there just to have something there. All right, there we go. So the house goes there. So house. So then we go over to another kingdom sheet and we go to the city tab. Maybe I'll pull this over here so that people don't think. We put in house. We put on what block we put it on. So it's at C3. So it's house. It's C3. It takes 1 city block. Bonus to economy. The house does not give a bonus to economy, so 0 does not give a bonus to loyalty or stability. It would give a bonus to unrest, but there's currently no unrest, so that doesn't do anything. And it adds no base value or base defense. But
people live there.
people live there. All right. So then you guys said that you wanted to build your stable for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm actually assuming that when you get things for free, you are allowed to bypass the normal requirements for things. So you would have been able to have this without the house, but you'll probably need the house for other things too. So
Yeah.
stable.
I was thinking 3B for the stable.
3B. All right, cool. So then
I've
Oh, I meant 3B, but that's okay.
oh, sorry. So I don't think it's actually
B.
it's not actually considered adjacent unless it's inside of the
Oh,
same
okay.
section. These are roads.
Okay.
These big white areas, these are roads.
Okay. In that case, might
Okay.
as well make it 4C.
All right, cool. So stable is at 4C. Oops, not 43. 4C. It takes up 1 block. It gives a +1 bonus to economy.
let me take a look at it. Stable. +1 economy. Yes.
All right. So put a 1 here. Gives a bonus to loyalty. Doesn't do anything for stability
Yes.
or unrest. It adds 500 to base value and 0 to defense. All right, and then you can build 1 more building.
Do you want to make it an inn?
Can we do that?
Yeah, it pretty much does the same thing, but yes.
Well, that's good, because then
Yeah.
visitors will have a place to spend the night.
All right, so we will subtract 10 BP from where did I put that sheet? I put it here. We subtract 10 BP from your treasury, putting it at 38.
Holy jeez. Okay. Yes.
All right. Then we will place the inn. It's the only place it can be placed. Oop. Badoop. All right. So there is an inn, and it is at D3. It takes up 1 city block. Your bonus to what does it do? What are its bonuses?
Economy and loyalty +1.
Okay. So
With the base
economy,
value.
loyalty, and 500 to base value.
So that actually. Okay, and our stability was our highest stat to begin with, so it's actually okay that we're not focusing on that right now.
Yep. All right. So you have established and improved your cities.
Yay!
All right, awesome.
Step 4. You may build roads. You already are in a land that contains roads, which I should put on the kingdom sheet. You have 1 because he's already connected to the road.
Right.
So you have
That was part of the reason for building it here.
Yep.
Because it's
so
really
you start-
freaking easy to get to.
You start off with a road, so we don't need to worry about roads right now. Establishing farmlands. You cannot establish a farmland because you cannot have a farmland in a city.
Right.
So we don't need to worry about that. This one. Edicts. All right, so this is where we adjust your edicts, which there is actually a handout in Roll20 for this. Because I realized it was easier to look at that than the sheet. All right, so going back to the kingdom sheet. You decide your edicts. All right, so there are 3 different types of edicts that you can determine. Your promotions, your taxation, and your festivals.
Okay.
Promotion first. So this is how much people are able to. I will go get the actual descriptions instead of me trying to poorly describe them. All right. Edicts. Promotions include recruitment, advertisement, and even propaganda campaigns. So you can choose to. So at level 0, at level none, you get -1 to stability. The next level is token. You get a +1 to stability, but it costs 1 BP every month that you have it at that level. Standard, +2, but it costs 2 BP. Aggressive, +3 stability, but it costs 4 BP. Expansionist, +4, but it costs 8 BP. What level
do you
do you
think?
want to set it at?
What do you think, Kay? Our stability is okay right now.
So what do you think? Just make it a token effort, or
Yeah, I think so.
let me take a look at it. Or do you think we're doing well enough that we want? Yeah, I think we can make a token effort.
All right. So it is level token. So -1 stability, but it's a 0 to consumption. Huh. Sorry. Taxation level.
No, it's a +1 to stability. That's a +1 to stability and +1 to BP.
Oh. Oh,
consumption.
token, not none. Right. Sorry. I misheard what you said.
Sorry.
That is
That's all right.
fine. Consumption addition to BP 1. All right. Taxation level.
Oof.
If you have no taxation, you get no bonus to your economy. But you get +1 to your loyalty.
Let me see.
Right now it's at 11.
Okay. I'm just trying to look at our loyalty.
Taxations are payments gathered for kingdom citizen to help pay for consumption. So also, yeah. So
we don't wait. Where's our current? Okay, there it is. Okay. I do think we could stand to bolster our economy a little bit.
Okay. Suggestion. My suggestion was going to be maybe start with a light taxation edict with 6 festivals per year. Do you
Okay.
think that makes sense?
Yeah, we can do that.
all right. So light.
Just to kind of offset the loyalty penalty.
But up.
Just to kind of offset the loyalty penalty a little bit.
All right. Festivals per year.
Basically,
6 addition to loyalty +2 additional BP consumption is 2.
it's a little bit of a gamble, but we'll
All right.
see.
So, all right. So you have established your edicts. All right. Improvement phase over. Next, we go to income phase.
Yay!
You can add your kingdom's add to your kingdom's treasury by adding coins or valuables. So this is the step 1 deposit. For every 4,000 gold you donate, you get 1 BP.
Okay.
I doubt this will come up now. This is probably more when you're later level and richer. Individual items worth more than 4,000 are sold during step 3 of this. Step 2, you can withdraw money.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Like a terrible idea.
You can withdraw funds from your kingdom, but run the risk of enraging the citizens. Every
Hmm.
time you withdraw, you get 1 unrest. For every 1 BP, you gain 2,000 GP.
Okay.
Then you must make a loyalty command DC check, which is your normal DC plus the BP being withdrawn. If you fail, you gain additional unrest equal to the number of BP being removed.
I'm not doing that.
I figured. Step 3 is sell valuable items. You can attempt to sell items that are worth 4,000 or more in your city's market to bolster your kingdom's treasury. These items you can be recovered during your venture, or they can be the magic items that will be eventually generated by your city. You can make one check per city district, and you make an economy check to sell it.
Okay. We don't have any magic items or anything like that, so
All
So
right.
we just make a check for our one district.
You would if you had anything, but you don't have any magic items right now to
Okay.
sell. All right, final one. Generate income. All right, so who is going to
boy.
be rolling for what check?
Well, that depends. What are we rolling?
All right, so there are the 3 different types of checks that'll have to be made: economy, loyalty, and stability.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't want to do different ones, it is usually just assigned that the ruler is the one who makes the check. But you are
Okay.
allowed to decide if you want individual people to be in charge of different ones.
Do we get any bonuses or anything, or is it just...
It's just purely who rolls the dice.
Okay, Caleb, you can roll the dice.
All right. So Caleb, you
Okay.
must make an economy check. So
Oh, this is
our total economy right now, your total economy right now is 10. So it's 1d20 plus 10.
okay.
Oh, okay.
You do not
Make any money.
pass the DC, so you do not make any money this phase.
Okay.
There's no penalty for failing though.
Okay, good.
All right. And then there's the event phase, which is stuff that I do.
Okay.
Gonna go look at my event phase. Secret rolls.
Oh, no.
Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Secret rolls.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. So no event happens this month.
Okay.
Actually, a good bit of the events are good in nature.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay.
That is the first month.
Yay!
So additionally, now, you guys can, sorry. So the way that this works is that you have to spend at least a week taking care of your kingdom to be able to be considered in your position and having all this stuff happen. However, if you spend the full month just working towards the betterment of your kingdom, you may now make an appropriate role. Your profession in your chosen slot is always appropriate, but you can make an argument for how other ones that you have could be appropriate at this time for the level and stuff that happened with the kingdom this month.
Okay.
So, for example, we are just starting building a city district. This is the first city ever. Caleb could be like, I want to roll knowledge engineering. And I'd be like, okay. Similarly, Imogen can be like, hey, we had a whole bunch of new people, and and I want to keep them as fed as possible, so I want to do a trapping check. And I'd be like, okay, that makes sense for where you guys are currently and what you're currently doing. I will continue to add all these the total value of these checks up together.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have reached a total of 400 through all the different months, you get an additional BP.
Okay, awesome.
So until you have a third player, I'm counting both Napkip and Blair as the additional 2 people who can make this roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make it for Blair first. I'm gonna say that's his score in this stat. That is not. I went to the old way. Let me just do it this way. No, stop it, roll 20. I didn't. No, stop it. I didn't want to go there. I didn't mean to click on questions. I have no questions. I
Whoops.
wanted to click on the dice. I wanted to click on the dice.
No.
All right, now clicking on the dice. All right, 1d20 plus 6. All right, 18. And then I will go ahead and do the roll for Napkip. What do you guys planning on rolling while I'm taking care of this?
Perception. No. I'm assuming I can't use perception.
I cannot think of a good reason why perception would work this month. However, if you can come up with a good reason in future months, I will there's a good chance I will allow it.
Okay. Trapper and Marshall are both the same, so I'm going to use just Marshall.
All right, Napkip got an 18. You got a 17.
Could I argue that since this is just starting out in the wilderness, and the intention is to try and sort of not disrupt what the lifestyle is out here as much as possible, that I'm actually using my position to kind of showcase different ways of living out there? Can I use survival?
Yeah. Okay. You made a good argument for it. I'll let you use survival this month.
It is all of 1 higher, so that's. Oops. Extra thing there. Wow, I fail.
All right. Well, your new baronly duties caught up with you more than you thought that they were, and you weren't quite able to get out and explain some things. You were bogged down with a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
All right. So you currently have a total of 62.
Awesome.
All right. Cool. So that is the first month.
Yay!
Let me just check something real quick. I think it should.
What happened there? So what happened to our economy total? It appears to be gone.
Yeah, something happened to that. That was weird.
Okay.
Oh, I must have accidentally had clicked on it when I was looking at it and hit a button. Whoops. That one's actually pretty easy to fix. All right, so that's done. That's done. That's done. All right. Checking one last thing real quick. Uh, oh,
Okay, so then. Oh, well, that's neat.
all right, so your kingdom has actually grown to that is not actually the correct number, but oh well, we'll go with it. I'll fix that next week. So, you have grown to the size of 1,000 people,
Oh, jeez.
which sounds like a
Wow.
lot
Okay, yeah.
until you think about families.
Whew.
So 1,000 people is like including the littlest baby.
Okay.
Whew, okay,
All right. So why don't we do one more month? And then we'll call it a night. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay, are you okay with that?
or do we need to stop here? I can stop here if we need to stop here.
I think I need to stop
Okay.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
I had a fitful night of sleep last night, and I was.
All right. Cool. All right.
think
So
that's
that is the
I'm done.
first. I'm gonna double check and make sure I did everything correctly. But we'll start with this next week. And yeah, it'll probably be a lot of doing this next week. So as we play
All right.
around and Joel keeps on making sure that he's doing this correctly. All right.
Yeah, and we'll actually get to see full turns.
Yay!
Yay! So just a quick uprun of just what happens in the upkeep phase. You have to make a stability check. If you succeed, you get to reduce the unrest. If your unrest is at 0, you get an extra BP.
Stability is what, 19?
Yeah, you've got real good stability, so you'll probably get that.
Awesome.
You have to pay for your consumption. If you have any magical item slots, which you currently don't, they get filled. And then if you have super high unrest, bad things happen. But you do not have super high unrest, so bad things won't happen.
Yay!
All right, so we will go over all this next week. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you were entertained by this. If there are particular things you want to see more of, just drop it in the comments. I can probably get them on screen more. I was more concentrating on getting everything to work, but I can try to make this more visually interesting to watch. So if
Okay.
it wasn't. All right. So good night, everybody.
Good night!
Good night.
Bye.